What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Sports Talk on Tap video. And today we got an exciting one. This is kind of like, we kind of test our skills and see where we are. We're going to be revisiting our MLB predictions. We probably made about now a month ago. And boy, some good, some bad. That's how everything goes, but it's kind of going to be a real test. I haven't even gotten a good look, but for anyone who doesn't know, we made a tier list predicting where each team would finish at the end of the season. And here it is right here. Hardcore evidence of where we kind of, had each team lying and, some good, some bad. But yeah, it'll be, it'll be interesting to see where we were about a month ago and kind of where the MLB has now, as we've done, a regular check-in week by week, kind of seeing where every team is. And, it's time to, let's just get right into it. AL East, I really don't have too much complaints, maybe than just flip-flopping New York and Baltimore. But otherwise, I thought we were pretty solid with this. It's still only like a couple game different, or the Yankees have actually kind of increased to like a 5-game difference now. But, Baltimore's still a good team. We just didn't realize New York would continue to be this good even without Garrett Cole. So that's just a credit to the Yankees.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I still think this will be the division race. I think the Yankees will win it. I can't remember if we disagreed on that. I can't remember if I had the Yankees.
Yeah, I think you may have had Yankees, and I said the Orioles were that height. So you may be backdooring yourself into looking smart here.
I'm just saying this will be the race for the remainder of the year, and with how good the Yankees starters have been, like you just said, Luis Gil just won Rookie of the Month, and I think he went like 6-0. He has a sub-3 ERA. He's been pitching unbelievable, and he was really their 5th starter coming into the year. So they didn't know exactly what they were getting from him, but he's been unbelievable. Judge is heated up finally, and so
Aaron Judge, I think, won Player of the Month in May. He was that good after Juan Soto's basically been the MVP for them still, maybe the MVP of the league, American League. Huge shout out to him. Baltimore's still doing its thing, but obviously New York's just playing at a great pace right now that they can't keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Next division, where do you want to start with this, Nick? Because
this one we kind of messed up. This one we did not seem to do that good. We had Cleveland in 3rd, and right now Cleveland is just absolutely rolling. I believe they're in 1st place. I'm just pulling up the standings right now just to double check, but I believe they've got a decent lead. Yeah, they've got a 4-game lead on Kansas City right now, who we had it too. So we got the 2nd place right, but
I low-key, here's what I think is going to happen at the end of the year. I think Cleveland will finish 1st. They were better than we expected. I think than most people expected. I think most people thought, red hot start in April, they'll eventually cool down. They haven't. I think the Twins are still a good team. Them and the Royals are like 2 games separated. I think it's going to be, in my opinion, Cleveland, Minnesota, Kansas City. But it could be Cleveland, Kansas City, Minnesota. But I think all 3 will actually make the playoffs. I think this is a division where a lot of people wrote off as like a weak one team making it. But I think 3 teams are coming out of this division for the playoffs.
You could be dead on that. The problem with Minnesota is they've just been so up and down. Like when they're up, they're winning 8 straight games. When they're down,
they went on that 13-game win streak, then followed it with losing a 7-game win streak, which is kind of what put them behind the Guardians this much.
Right. Exactly.
And then Then they've gone on to win 8 out of their last 10. They have a big series coming up. If you want to talk about series previews, them in New York with Royce Lewis coming back, I believe tonight, at least sometime this series. So that'll be huge. Very interesting. Could have, messed it up. Probably Cleveland's winning the division at the very least. Huge respect to Cleveland, though. No one expected them to be this good, and they've just come out and been straight balling. That's a credit to them.
Yep.
Next division. This could have been arguably our worst one. Not in the sense, I still think, the Rangers are good, but Seattle's been starting to win some more ball games. That pitching's been amazing for them. I think, though, the Astros and Athletics, I think the Astros have, they're 3 games up on the Athletics now, but the Astros still aren't that good. They're going to be 3rd probably. I think it's going to go Seattle, Texas, Houston, our boys from Oakland, and then the Angels.
Yeah, which is really where it stands right now. It's probably going to be more of the same unless I still think Texas can get hot. I still think they haven't gotten over the hump of their injuries yet, and Corey Seager's just now starting to look like the Corey Seager we all know.
Yeah, they've had a World Series hangover, and it's
so
whatever at this point.
Hopefully they can get one of their starters back that were hurt. I know Eovaldi was hurt for a bit, and DeGrom's obviously hurt. But if DeGrom can come back and pitch the way he, always pitches and stay healthy, then I still see this being Texas's division, unless Seattle picks that.
And if you were to tell a Seattle fan at the beginning of the year they'd be first place with Julio not performing that great, the Jorge Polanco trade not working out, Mitch Garver not being great, they'd be like, how are we first place?
Right.
But, they've just been doing their thing. And that's, huge credit to them. Now, with that being said, overall, I'd give our Americans solid. We were, it was about a month ago now. Hard to tell, but we did solid.
Yeah.
NL, first division we'll do with the Dodgers. I think this one pretty much has been right on, besides maybe flipping, the Giants and Diamondbacks, but that's a half game. I still think the Diamondbacks will finish ahead. I think they'll get a little bit better. Corbin Carroll will hopefully somewhat bounce back. I think we were spot on with this division. I'm still comfortable placing the teams we did in this order.
Yeah. No, I mean, the Giants have gotten hot recently. Baseball is always a game of getting hot or not, but Giants.
Yeah, well, actually, no. The Diamondbacks have about gone on 3. Giants have lost 5 in a row. Before that, they were really hot, and then they lost 5 in a row. So now the Diamondbacks have crawled back up to just in time as we're making this video to help us look a little bit better. They gained Diamondbacks have gained 3 games in 3 days. So shout out to the D-backs for finally clutching up. I'm still confident that it will be like this because I think the Diamondbacks they showed their potential last year. They have more potential than the Giants do. So I'm comfortable, even if it's a half game, having the Diamondbacks.
On another note, just on the division is the Luis Ariz trade. I mean, he got hurt the other night, but the Luis Ariz trade has looked like a beautiful trade for them.
He's so good. I mean, even when he's underperforming, he's hitting 300. Yeah. That's the kind of player he is. In the last 2 years, he's hit 320. Last year with the Marlins was on pace for 400 throughout June. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. He just has he's an underrated bat. The Marlins were quick to trade him off, which is whatever. I mean, the Twins traded him, but they did get Pablo Lopez, so it's kind of a win-win trade at the time. Yeah. With that being said, though, disappointing year for the Marlins. We'll talk about them in a little bit. This division, though, I mean, this just maybe the Cubs are just, besides Imanaga, have been the definition of underperforming. Dansby Swanson, Cody Bellinger isn't the same as last year. For me, the Brewers are clearly winning this division. I mean, I think you were, smoking that Ellie De La Cruz pack a little bit too much.
Yeah, that's my biggest disappointment on this division is the Reds. Because, when we made this, the Reds were
yeah, they were around the third. They were flirting with and to be fair, they're only a half game in last place. But I think, the Cardinals are kind of bouncing back to being a mid team. So for me, if I were to redo this, and the Pirates, they got Paul Skeens now called up. For me, if I were to redo this, I'd go Brewers one off it. That's obvious. They're already 7 games ahead of the Cubs. Cubs and Cardinals are basically tied. I think it's going to go Brewers. I mean, the Cubs have been underperforming. Maybe if they even get a little bit hot, they can finish second. But them and the Cardinals, I think, are second and third. Flip-flop how we want them to. And then I think the Reds and Pirates are going to be flip-flop how we want them to be, 4th and 5th.
Okay. Yeah.
And I know your favorite player, Ellie De La Cruz, is in there.
Talking about 162 game season, I just see the Cubs being more consistently good than the Cardinals are right now.
That's where I was originally hesitant saying, the Cardinals have gotten a lot higher, but the Cubs have been underperforming a lot, and they're still tied with the Cardinals record-wise, while the Cardinals have gotten hot and Sonny Gray's pitching at a high level. I think if the Cubs bats just wake up a little bit, they'll be good to at least, fight for a wild card maybe. But But yeah, with that being said, though, kind of, this may be our division where we mixed everything up, like 1 through 5. But, that happens. The Brewers, credit to them. No one expected them to be this good again, but they continue to prove that they are here to stay.
Mm-hmm. Next division, though,
to be fair, I think you want the Phillies more, and I said the Braves were a regular season team, and they still are. But, this is the problem with injuries. Ronald Acuna done for the year. Even with that being said, though, I still think they have the team to finish second. Obviously, the Phillies are going to finish first. That's not like they're already 7 games up on the Braves. Braves bats have just been still kind of underperforming, and with the Acuna injury, their season's toast for like NL East hopes. Phillies will win this. Otherwise, though, I think maybe the other thing is I think the Nationals will just finish above the Mets. The Nationals have just been playing better baseball for over 2 months now. Couple games up. Marlins will obviously finish last. But yeah, the Mets. Edwin Diaz just doesn't look like himself. Just been a rough year. Pete Alonso's on the trade block. I think it goes Phillies, Braves, Nationals, Mets, Marlins, and credit to the Nationals finishing third.
Yeah. I don't see much changing in how the division standings stay right now with how big of a lead the Phillies have and then how bad the bottom 2 teams are. Like, I can't see the middle mixing up much because, like, the Braves are also – it's like the Phillies and the Braves, but the Braves are way better than the Nationals right now. Like, they're much more of a playoff team. So I don't
the Braves are still, they're solidified too, even with the Acuna injury. They're going to make the top wild card. And even if some of their bats get hot, like Austin Riley, Matt Olson, this team, will still have a great offense if it comes playoff time. And then, they still got some solid pitching, even though who they lose for the season, Max Fried.
No, he's pitching tonight. Spencer Strider.
Yeah, it was one of the pitchers. I mixed them up. But you still got still got Max Fried, Chris Sale. So they'll be just fine, like coming into a play.
Yeah. Only thing I can see switching up this division is some sort of like late season push by the Braves where they somehow jump the Phillies, and like the Phillies are kind of playing 500 baseball the back half of the year. Just kind
of could happen. You see that with a lot of teams just get hot out of the gate, like go 25, 30 games above 500 and then kind of coast August, September, late July. We'll see though what happens. But yeah, otherwise for now, can't complain too much, but credit to the Nationals. They're playing better than even we all expected.
Yep.
Last place team considering the Mets' high expectations. Miami just made the playoffs last year, and obviously the Braves and Phillies expectations are best in the league, sky high. And they're competing. Third place right now, probably will finish around there. We'll probably come back to this new list that we make in like a month, see where everything lies.
Maybe we can do a little 4th of July special a month from now and come back to,
because that's
on the All-Star break, midway point of the year. So we can come back in probably about a month.
Yeah. Although, maybe 4th of July, I don't want to celebrate, seeing maybe how stupid my predictions were, or at that point, if the Blue Jays leap the Red Sox, something, like that, then the Red Sox.
I won't be watching baseball anymore if that.
Yeah. Then you'll call it sick that day. But with that being said, though, let us know in the comments what you agreed or, do you think anything changes? There's a lot of controversy in the AL Central, I think. The National League Central, especially, the 2 through 5. Obviously, the Brewers are locked from the 1. And even, maybe some people are saying the Rangers get hot. Mariners, if their bats continue like this, Rangers just get hot and leap them. Could see it. And I know some Astros fans are just gleaming onto a little bit of hope, but they may be cooked. But, we'll come back. Yeah, probably do a 4th of July special month from now, see where every team lies. But with that being said, let us know what you agree, disagree with in our new predictions. And make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.